Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. Alright, as we continue with the showcase of the independents and independent pro wrestling, next up we have MLW, Major League Wrestling. Major League Wrestling actually began back in 2002. It did take a hiatus and came back. Court Bauer is the runner of it. He's on Busted Open Radio with Dave LaGreca and them. About once a week at one point, kind of talking about what's coming for MLW. They have two shows right now, MLW Fusion and MLW Underground. MLW Underground actually starts this Tuesday on Reels. Can't wait to see that. They have some excellent title matches, and the card actually looks pretty good for those shows coming up. Otherwise, you can find MLW on their YouTube channel or on Pro Wrestling TV. That's where I've been watching it at. All their episodes of Fusion are on there. Then they start with Reels, so that ought to be fun. They have currently 5 championships. Their MLW World Heavyweight Championship belongs to Alexander Hammerstone. The MLW National Openweight Championship belongs to Johnny Fusion. Yes, Johnny Fusion. One hell of a talented wrestler. He also goes by the names Johnny Onyx, Johnny Nitro, Johnny Fusion, Johnny Hollywood, Johnny Warrior, Johnny WrestleCade, Johnny Showcase, Johnny Hardy, Johnny Down Under, Johnny Progress, Johnny Game Changer, Johnny Elite, Johnny Cabrera, Johnny Blackcraft, Johnny Impact, Johnny Mundo, Johnny Superstar, John Superstar, John Hennigan. Oh yeah, John Morrison. Yeah, that guy. Johnny Fusion is the current MLW National Openweight Champion. The MLW World Middleweight Champion is Lindsay Dorada. The MLW World Tag Team Champions belong to the Samoan SWAT Team, Juicy Finale and Lance Honore. And then the MWL Women's World Featherweight Championship, the first time this title was created, was not very long ago, and the one and only Tyla Valkyrie has the title. A title was created, let me look it up here. It's not very old at all. She's the first champion. It was like March of last year, so it's been around about 6 months. 268 days she's been champion for. And so we're going to look at the best matches of MLW from 2022. We have 18 matches that were between 3.5 and 3 3/4 star. The first couple come from back in January and February of 22. We had MLW Azteca, episode 5 on February 2nd. We had a tag team match. We had El Hero del Vikingo teaming up with Laredo Kid and Octagon Jr. going up against Alex Kane, Ray Horace, and Villano Jr. El Hero del Vikingo, Laredo Kid, and Octagon Jr. got the victory, 3.5 star. That was from episode 5. Episode 1 of Azteca, we had Artemis, Black Destiny, and Mytescus Jr. going up against Aris Dinamaco and Shayla Burr. Yeah, I can't pronounce some of these Mexican names. The Eramos team got the victory, 3.5 star. And then next up we had for episode 134 of Fusion on February 24th, we had Eramos, El Dragano, Microman going up against Ares, Gina Medina, Mini, Abismo, Negregoro, Eramos, El Dragano, Microman got the victory, 3.5 star. Number 15 on the list comes from Fusion episode 136 with MLW World Heavyweight title on the line. Champion Alexander Hammerstone going up against the Lone Wolf Davey Richards, 3.5 star. Alexander Hammerstone retaining this title. From Fusion episode 137, we had TJP, TJ Perkins versus Buddy Matthews. TJP getting the victory, 3.5 star. Episode 141, we had Matt Cross versus TJP. Matt Cross getting the victory in this one, 3.5 star. We had MLW World Heavyweight Championship on the line. We had champion Alexander Hammerstone going up against Jacob Batu, going up against Madge Kruger. Alexander Hammerstone getting the victory, 3.5 star. 3 huge big men going at it in a 3.5 star match. Episode 142. Definitely got to check that out on Pro Wrestling TV. Fusion episode 144. We had the MLW Caribbean Heavyweight title on the line. We had champion King Mortis versus Octagon Jr. versus El Dragon versus El Hero de la Parca. And Octagon Jr. getting the victory and becoming MLW Caribbean Heavyweight Champion. I'm actually not sure where that title went. We haven't seen that title in a while. Next up, from episode 147, we had Bandito versus Flamita, former tag team partners. Flamita turned on Bandito, and now we have this. Bandito get the victory in the 3.5 star match. Number 9 on the list comes from MLW World Middleweight Championship in a triple threat match. We had champion Myron Reed versus Iris versus Casey Navarro. Myron Reed retaining his title, 3.5 star. Also from episode 150, we had Weapons of Mass Destruction match. Jacob Fatu versus Madge Kruger. Jacob Fatu won this, and I gave it 3.5. It is really hard to explain what a Weapons of Mass Destruction match is. Go Wrestling TV and watch it. Episode 150. I thought it was pretty damn good myself, entertaining as hell. Next up, we had for episode 154, MLW Middleweight Championship in the Fatal 4-Way, champion Myron Reed, Aris versus La Estrella versus Lindsay Dorada. We had Myron Reed retaining his Middleweight Championship, 3.5 star. Number 6 on the list comes from November 24th, Fusion 156, MLW World Heavyweight Title, Falls Count Anywhere. Champion Alexander Hammerstone and Richard Holiday. Champion Alexander Hammerstone retaining his title. Recent episode of MLW Fusion, we found out that Richard Holiday has leukemia, and so hopefully he is able to get past this and get back to pro wrestling. But obviously thoughts with him and his family as they go through this tough time. But hopefully we get a return of Richard Holiday sooner than later. Next up, we have number 5 on the list for episode 157 of Fusion, Women's Fatal 4-Way, Lady Flamer versus Lady Shanae versus El Hironda versus Marina Dorada. Lady Flamer getting the victory. This was a number 1 contenders match. 3.5 star for Lady Flamer getting the victory there. Also from episode 157 of MLW Fusion, we had the MLW World Heavyweight title on the line, champion Alexander Hammerstone versus Bandito. Bandito is actually one of my favorite wrestlers right now. Alexander Hammerstone getting the victory there in a 3.5 star match. Number 3 on the list comes from MLW Azteca episode 1, January 6th. In an Apocalypse hardcore match, we had them boys. Yeah, that's it. Them boys, the Briscoes, going up against, hang on here. Hold on a second. Oh, no, wrong match. My computer is not wanting to do this right here. I thought let's see here. Oh, I thought my list said the Briscoes were in this match. I was mistaken. With Alexander Hammerstone and Pagnog versus Black Taurus and King Mortis. Alexander Hammerstone and Pagano got the victory. Number 2 on the list was from MLW Azteca episode 4, the AAA Mega Championship on the line. Champion El Hero de Vikingo versus Hermes, and El Hero de Vikingo getting the victory. I gave that 3 3/4. And then the number 1 match on here came from MLW Fusion, episode 158, MLW World Middleweight Championship on the line. Champion Myron Reed went up against Shun Skywalker. Shun Skywalker getting the victory. I gave it 3 3/4 star. Those were the 18 best matches of MLW 2022. You definitely can check out all their programming out on Pro Wrestling TV. As always, thanks for watching Robert Sports Show, and don't just have a great day, have a spiffy day. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader, sports channel content.